Hi YouTube, I'm back today to talk about two products that I recently used. I'm not really big or familiar with using protein treatments since I've been natural, but I did have experience of using them when I was a relaxed girl. I'd used Afro-G in the past, the stuff that makes your hair really hard, like rock hard, like if you bend it it'll break off or something like that. But I have not used any types of protein treatments, and in my last video I talked about my lack of moisture and just my hair felt like it was going through a funny stage and feeling funny and just not being very defined and different things like that. So I went to Sally's and I was looking at the Afro-G treatment, and the one thing I remember was that it stank. And also the times I had it done, I had it done by a professional, so I wasn't really comfortable in putting my hair in a hard state like that on my own and manipulating it. I mean, you're not supposed to manipulate it, but just very skeptical about actually doing that. So I ran across two things by the Ion Repair Solutions line, and the great thing I like about going to Sally's is they have products that come in these little pouches where you can kind of use it like as a sample, as opposed to buying a 20-ounce bottle of something that, like other product junkies including myself, have things in their cabinet that they may have used one time or another and didn't get a good experience from it. So a lot of things you can buy in these pouches. They're 1-ounce pouches, and depending on how much hair you have, actually with the pouch I actually got pretty full coverage. I don't have a whole lot of length. I used one pouch. I probably could have used like another third or a half of another, but I didn't. I purchased two different things. The Effective Care treatment, if you can see that. It claims to strengthen, moisturize weak or damaged hair, and it's 100% vegan. And I also purchased the Intensive Therapy Protein Rebuilder for weak and damaged hair, and it is a reconstructor. Look over here. So these were about $2 and some change. The larger bottles ranged anywhere from like $11 or so. So I started off with these. The first one that I used was the reconstructor. I really liked the way just my hair reacted to this initially with putting on it. I parted my hair into 4 sections. Like I told you guys before, I pretty much part my hair into 4 sections when I'm going to do anything: shampoo, detangle, condition, whatever. It's just easier than wetting the whole head and then everything kind of gets tangled together. I lose way more hair when doing that. So 4 sections, and you start applying, it starts to foam up a little bit. And immediately as this stuff hit my hair, my curl became tighter. It felt tighter. I could start to see it kind of wave up a little bit. There was some shrinkage almost immediately, but I left it on. It tells you to leave it on 8 to 10 minutes. I didn't really follow the directions. I left it on probably half an hour because I started watching TV or something. I think Single Ladies or something like that, which is a great show if nobody watches that, but it's not off, but it'll be back next season. But that's a totally different subject. That's not what we're talking about today. And I rinsed it out. My hair did not feel stripped. And it did feel stronger, if that makes any sense. Almost immediately, just upon feeling it. Like, I don't have a whole lot of breakage, as I explained to y'all in my first hair video. Go back and watch that if you haven't seen it. Just in this area, I don't have the length that I have in other areas. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Is it growing slower, or sometimes it just feels thinner in that area, but I haven't really found any real evidence of damage or breakage. It's just something, and like I said before, I was watching someone's video that was saying I mentioned in my last video how you care for your hair. When you part it into 4 sections, you're very careful on the sides and the back, but by the time you make it to the middle, maybe you don't pay as much attention to your hair. So after I did that and regular condition behind it, because I read that you should decondition after doing a reconstructor, my hair has definitely felt stronger. I've only done 1 treatment of this. It recommends that you can do this 1 to 2 times per week. I don't know how that would work for somebody that's very protein sensitive. I haven't really decided whether my hair is protein sensitive or not. So I probably won't be doing this once or twice a week. But I'm definitely going to purchase this in the bottle size. That's the Reconstructor by Ion Repair Solutions. Ion also has moisture lines and different things like that. I haven't tried anything like that. The Effective Care Treatment I used the week after, and more used this as a conditioner after I shampooed my hair. And I must say, this claims to be an intensive strengthening treatment and give you moisture. I personally, with the Effective Care Treatment, had no result. This is not something that I will actually be looking forward to buying in the larger size. It didn't do anything for my hair. I didn't notice any difference as I did with the Reconstructor. So the Reconstructor is something that I'm probably going to put into my regimen. I'm going to try to do it maybe twice a month just to see how it goes, because I have shampooed one other time for when I initially used this, and my hair is still reaping the benefit of it, having a more defined curl. And I also did some clipping of my ends and different things like that, which also helps the hair, you know, to look more defined and not as ragged on the ends. So that was just a short review of the Ion Repair Solutions line. Like I said, I found good result with the Reconstructor, not so much the Effective Care Treatment. I have read on different blogs that they're kind of like one and the same, but totally different result. I mean, like I said, I'm no hair professional. I just know how my hair felt after I used it, and there was nothing for me with the Effective Care Treatment. So I will not be purchasing that again, but I will be purchasing the Reconstructor in the pump bottle. 20 ounces of it, I think, is like $10.99, which is not too bad. It distributed well through the hair, so I didn't need a whole lot of the product. So, as usual, today's side note, I had mentioned in one of my other videos that in the midst of doing the makeup reviews and product reviews, or just chatting with you guys, that I have started a weight loss journey. I have done a weight loss journey before in the past and lost about 60 pounds. Regretfully, over the last 5 years or so. This was like right after Hurricane Katrina when I initially lost a lot of the weight. It started before, ended maybe a year after Katrina. So Katrina was maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. So maybe over the last 4 years, put the majority of those 60 pounds back on, regretfully. Still not as large as I was in the beginning of my weight loss journey. So now I'm back on it. I think I finally got the motivation to be back in it 100%. I had been doing a lot of yo-yoing in it, getting in the gym, getting out the gym, getting in the gym, get out the gym. So over the last 5 weeks, I've continuously gone to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, sometimes on Saturdays. Getting in a workout, it's made me feel good, feel better about myself. I've noticed a change in my clothing, just how I feel in general, and it's helping my stress on a whole nother level. I mean, I don't remember exercise doing that for me before, but I think before with my weight loss journey, I exercised, I more changed more of my food so drastically that's where most of the weight loss came from, in conjunction with doing Weight Watchers. And initially, when you're an overweight person, just changing from fatty foods that you eat to fruits and vegetables makes a tremendous change in your regimen. You lose the weight a lot easier that first go around. This time, not so easy, because even though I had gained a lot of the weight back over a large period of time, I didn't go back to a lot of, I didn't have to have regular meal. I was still stuck on reduced fat, a lot of things, and no fat, a lot of items. So this time it has been more difficult. I've had to shock my body in a whole nother way by working out way more than I did the first time when I was much larger. But 5 weeks in, I did weigh myself last night, and I am down 9.8 pounds in 5 weeks, which is very good. I mean, that may not seem like a very large number, but I'm only dedicating myself to lose 2 pounds a week to remain healthy, because I know I've lost weight before in the past, before that weight loss journey I had where I lost 60 pounds. Doing it the right way, before that I had lost weight a lot of wrong ways, diet pills and different things like that. So I'm happy with that. I'm good with that. I'm in a comfortable place with that. And if I keep on at that pace, I would have reached a very good goal by the end of the year, and I'm good with that. So I'm going to keep on with that. You guys leave your comments, anything that you've used in your weight loss journey, healthy things, not crazy stuff like just not eating. I mean, who's just not going to eat? That's just not going to happen. So leave your feedback, your comments, and as always, oh, there was one thing I wanted to tell you guys. I had kind of begun to be burned out with the Weight Watchers thing. So there was an app that's available through Android and iPhone called MyFitnessPal. And it's a really, really cool app. You put in how active of a person you are, how many times you plan to work out a week, even if none at all. And it gives you an idea. You tell it how much weight you want to lose. It won't let you go any more than 2 pounds a week. How many calories you'll have to eat a day in order to lose those 2 pounds a week. And it definitely does work because it doesn't tell you what to eat. It doesn't tell you just have to eat a bunch of healthy foods and raw vegetables and nothing with flavor. It's pretty much logging everything you put into your mouth. So you realize, and it starts to just bring a whole conscious to how you were eating. Like me going through the drive-thru is fast, but I just spent 1,000 calories and I only get 1480 a day. And y'all, this 1,000 calories is not biggie sizing anything or upsizing anything. It's when you're going in there at McDonald's getting the #1 with a regular drink. You just don't realize how many calories are in these things. So this app just brings awareness to all of that, and it's very, very helpful. You can log in and it tells you your calories you're starting with a day. You can even scan the barcode of all the items you eat, or even do a search and find the items that you eat. Add your exercise, which gives you more calories, and you can choose to eat them or not. I tried not to put all the calories that I put out back in, because that's kind of defeating the purpose. But even in the workout, sometimes I still have to make sure I've had at least 1,200 calories in my system for the day, to not go into starvation mode. So just a suggestion for anybody that's just, even if you're not wanting to lose weight, so you're just kind of curious and want to get more conscious about what you're putting into your body and how this weight is sneaking up on you. It's not actually sneaking up on you. I can now be honest with myself that it did not sneak up on me. It was on me, and I just continued to ignore it. So this is also a new journey for me. I'm very, very excited. Everybody look into MyFitnessPal. You can do it on your home computer if you don't have a smartphone, but most people don't have not have a smartphone. That's like a double negative. Most people have smartphones nowadays, so getting an app, and it's free, so you can't beat that. So till next time, as usual, bye bye guys.